Hi everyone, it's Amy here. My video today is about 2 mistakes that you don't want to make when you're selling your art or your craft, when you're in that sales environment. This came to the forefront of my mind because on the weekend I attended a really amazing art event with lots of artists involved, and I encountered these 2 things. So I was looking at lots of artists' work and I came to the last artist in the line, so to speak, and I could see something in sort of the window of her area that I really loved. Like I was a moth to a flame, and I thought that is amazing and I really want it. So I walked in and I could see that this person was the artist, and I just said, "Hello, could you please tell me how much this work is?" And she said, "Oh, that work is sold." There was nothing on the work that said that it had sold. There was no red sticker, the international symbol of sold, no red sticker, and no word that said sold. And I'm immediately put into a state of disappointment because what looked like it was available is not available to me. And so the number one, this error that she made, now please understand I am being critical here, because if we are critical, we can learn from things. So this is not a personal thing, and no names being mentioned or anything, but I want to be critical here because these things can sometimes be overlooked by us. So firstly, number one, always put a sold sticker on your work, or if you don't have that red sticker, always put a label that says sold. There are instances where, yes, you still have sold work, at your exhibition. If you want to keep all the work there until the end, you sometimes want to keep sold work there as a representation of your work so it doesn't all go out the window, and you sometimes want to keep sold work there if people haven't yet collected it. So there's reasons for that, but always put sold on it. I had an incident where it was really disappointing. A similar thing happened. I'll tell you the story. I was at the International Festival of Ceramics in Aberystwyth in Wales, and the presenters, a really great lineup, had a big exhibition. So each presenter had a collection of their work. And I was really red hot for Dylan Bowen's work. If you don't know his work, Dylan Bowen, look him up. Now, this was not Dylan Bowen's fault at all, but he had this beautiful collection of work, and I knew I was going to get one of them. And I was looking at them all and deliberating and just choosing and enjoying the moment. And I thought, yep, that's the one. And I walked over to the desk and told the person there I'd like to buy that. And she walked back over to his collection and she said, "Oh, that one is sold." But there was nothing on it that said that it is sold, and there was not even some sort of apologetic manner in her next sentences. And so I was immediately so disappointed, and it really left a bad taste in my mouth. But I did end up getting one of his pieces, but it wasn't the one that I really wanted. So that happened too. So always put a sold sticker or a sold label on your work, number one. Coming back to my experience at the weekend, the other thing that happened, and I didn't really notice this, only on hindsight, is this. So I was having a conversation with the artist about her work, and she was really good at engaging with me about her work and telling me about how she did it, the elements involved, why she does it, her process, that they take a really long time, and she even says that she does commissions and things like that. So having a great conversation. So I was gushing to her about her work. I'd never seen anything like it. I was just really, really appreciative of it. Genuinely, like I was conveying that to her. So I was red hot for her work. But it wasn't until the end of the conversation that I actually prompted her and said, "Could I please have your card?" And she gave me the card. But what really should have happened is she should have had a level of awareness that I was genuinely interested in her work, and she should have got my contact details, because if she's got my contact details, she can then control the conversation going forward. At the moment, I've walked out the door. She doesn't know me from a bar of soap, and I can walk off into the great wide world and never be seen again. But if she got my email, she can stay in touch with me. Sometimes people have unease about asking for people's emails, and I totally get it, and it really depends on the particular circumstance you're in and the particular sales environment that you're in. So she was in control of this sales environment. It was her domain, even though it was part of a bigger event. And what she could have said to me really easily is said, Wow, thank you so much for your words about my work. I'm so excited when people really connect with it. I would love to get your email and then I could get in touch when I have a new body of work. It might take a while, but I'd love to show you what I come up with next. Would you like that? And I would have easily given her my email at the drop of a hat. So it's not about trying to grab an email from anyone that you can, but when people are genuinely interested and they're actually spending time with you and they're having a conversation with you and you can see it, you can ask for the email and they can always say no. That's not a bad thing either, but you want to ask for it, then you can control the communication going forward. One thing about the particular sales environment that you are in is you have to be very sensitive to that. So if it's your own domain, like this artist, if it's your own home studio, if it's an exhibition that you've put on, if it's a market, these are all your environments and you can ask for the email. But where you have to be careful is when you're entering other people's sales environments where they're controlling the sales, and you have to be very aware of the etiquette that goes on there. So for instance, if you're at a gallery that is representing you or you're exhibiting there, is you have to be very careful if someone comes up to you and gushes about your work and is red hot for your work, that you don't ask for their email there. The relationship is between the gallery and that customer or that client, and it's not with you. You don't want to tread on any people's toes there and sort of interrupt that relationship that the gallery is building. So there's definitely nuances there and sensitivities that have to be looked at. But I'm more talking about when you're in control of the sales environment, you get that email when they are genuinely interested in your work and gushing about it and red hot and like a moth to a flame. You want to get their email and you keep that and you can stay in touch with them. So that's a lot of information. I would really love you to tell me where you've had a sales interaction or almost a sales interaction and something went belly up. It went pear-shaped, it wasn't good for you, or you think that that person missed out on what they did. I'd love to hear that, because if we can hear what we're all, making small errors on, we can improve that moment when we are selling our work to another human being who's standing in front of us. Let me know what you think. Thanks for listening. I'll see you soon.